Good morning from the National Weather Service office in Lake Charles. I'm meteorologist Donald Jones, and this is your weather briefing for Tuesday, August 30th, with the latest on Tropical Depression number 9. Let's start by taking a look at the track here at Tropical Depression number 9. And as you can see, the storm has begun making the turn to more of a northwesterly direction as opposed to almost exclusively westerly that we saw yesterday. Its latest location was at 24.0 degrees north and 87.2 degrees west. Maximum sustained winds remain near 35 miles per hour, but there has been a pretty significant burst of convection this morning that we'll take a look at here in just a second. And so it is possible that Tropical Depression 9 could be very close to tropical storm strength. Hurricane Hunter aircraft are scheduled to investigate the system later today, and if they find tropical storm force winds, then we will have a tropical storm on our hands. The forecast track for the tropical system remains unchanged, though, as it's expected to continue to turn to the north and eventually to the northeast over the next 24 to 36 hours before making landfall near the Big Bend area of Florida. Preparations are already underway in that area, and a tropical storm or hurricane watch could be issued for the Big Bend area of Florida later today. Nonetheless, Tropical Depression 9, or what could become Tropical Storm Hermine, is not expected to have any significant impact on Louisiana. Taking a look at the visible satellite imagery this morning, you can see that burst of convection that I just mentioned a moment ago along the southern and eastern side of the storm. The western side of the circulation, which is located right here, is still pretty much completely bare, and that's thanks to some very dry air across the southwestern corner of the Gulf of Mexico that's being absorbed into the western side of the system. Now, despite the fact that convection has increased this morning, only slow intensification is expected with the storm because of that dry air, and also because the storm is still dealing with a little bit of wind shear. The reasoning for the forecast track, however, for Tropical Depression 9 remains unchanged. A cold front is expected to continue moving south out of Canada over the next couple of days and will pick up the system, pulling it into the Big Bend region of Florida and then up the east coast. This could actually be the second round of significant weather for the Carolina coast, which is already dealing with Tropical Depression 8 as it nears the coastline today. Closer to our area, though, conditions are much improved over even what they were yesterday. We're only looking at about a 20% chance of rain today, and those rain chances are going to remain fairly low through the weekend. We begin to bring them back up a little bit by early next week, but generally speaking, 20 to 30% or less throughout the rest of the week. The downside is with the drier weather comes much warmer temperatures, and you can see those temperatures rising in the mid to even upper 90s for the latter part of the week before cooling down a bit for the weekend. So to summarize, Tropical Depression 9 continues to the west-northwest this morning. It will likely become a tropical storm later today once Hurricane Hunter aircraft have had a chance to investigate the system, and it's still expected to make landfall near the Big Bend area of Florida on Thursday. Again, locally, only about a 20% chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm, mainly during the afternoon over the next several days. Of course, be sure to stay up to date with the latest on Tropical Depression 9 or whatever it becomes over the next couple of days. We'll continue to provide these briefings as long as the threat remains, and our next briefing will be later on this afternoon. Sorry about the typo there.